So, last unit of the course, Stat A 10.1.1, Intro to Hypothesis Testing. So, we already kind of did this with the last question that we had on our work. The basis of this problem, though, is we're going to start from the beginning. And the premise here is we are testing a claim, okay? And the claim is what we refer to as a null hypothesis. And the null hypothesis notation that we use is H with a subscript 0 underneath. So this is some claim. This is some belief. This is some belief that somebody has. They claim that this is what it looks like, that we have 50% of students who pass, that we have 20% of students who go off and do this thing. All right? There's some claim there. Now, it's important to note that in hypothesis testing, we cannot ever prove / show that a null hypothesis, HO, is true. All right, you can never do that. So, for example, when someone commits a crime, they go to court, okay? There's a null hypothesis made about the defendant. And what is that hypothesis, that null hypothesis about the defendant? No. What is it? What do we say about a defendant, somebody who goes to a trial? That they're what? No. You guys did I saw you guys do a thing in ops class. Well, yeah, there's a trial, right? It's that they're innocent. Right? The whole premise is you're innocent until proven guilty. So the null hypothesis is that they're innocent. Now, you cannot prove someone to be innocent. That's hypothesis testing. You cannot prove that an individual is innocent of a crime. And as such, so the whole job is on the prosecution to prove that the null hypothesis is false. You're looking for evidence that would mean that it is not true. You can prove a null hypothesis to be not true, but you cannot prove a null hypothesis to be true. That's why when the jury reads their verdict, they don't say, what do they say? We find the defendant, or they say we find the defendant. Never have they ever in the world history of the United States of America, in the world, or maybe in the world, but never in the United States because of this, has they ever said we find the defendant innocent. They have never said that, never once. Because you cannot prove innocence. What do they say? What's it? They find him not guilty. Because there's not enough evidence to show that they are guilty, so you go back to the default claim. Since they were innocent to begin with, and if you can't prove without a reasonable doubt that they're guilty, then therefore we default back and say, well, there's not enough evidence to show that they're guilty. So we find them not guilty. But we never prove them innocent. We never prove a null hypothesis to be true. So in these problems, we're going to, of course, be doing proportions. And so as such, our null hypothesis is always going to be that P, a proportion, is equal to blank. And that blank is PO, whatever the claim is. So they're going to claim, we believe 60%. We believe it's even. If we believe something's fair, that's 50%, right? 50% would mean even, 50-50, 50% this, 50% that. That's going to help you on your homework part right there. But there's some hypothesized claim that's going to be there. Now, something that I'm going to ask you to do, though, that we need to make sure is we need to also define the parameter P. Okay, and we've done that. P is the proportion of blank 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 blank. Just like you did on your test today. What is it that we are interested in from the population? So that's the first piece of a hypothesis, is the null hypothesis. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to find, so what do we do? So what are we testing for? And that answer is what is called the alternative hypothesis. And the notation we use for the alternative hypothesis is H with a subscript A. In the case of a criminal trial, the null hypothesis is that they are innocent. That's what their default is. And the alternative hypothesis is what? Huh? What would the alternative hypothesis be? That they're guilty. Okay? So null hypothesis, innocent. Alternative hypothesis, guilty. And what we're looking for is evidence that they are guilty. We are looking for evidence of that alternative hypothesis. Now, the alternative hypothesis will look like HA, and it'll be P, but then there's going to be some symbol that's going to go inside here with P0 right there. Now, that symbol can be one of three symbols that we use, all right? Because we're talking about proportions. Sometimes you were testing, remember when we were doing that final question on the exam, and were you looking for something that the entire interval was below? Were you looking for the entire interval to be above? All right, that's called, that's less than, so we can try to see if it's less than, yes, there's some inequalities below, or greater than, or not equal, close, not equal to. These two right here are referred to a one-sided test, and this is a two-sided test. Are we only interested in something is more? Are we only interested in something is less? Are we interested in both? It could be more, it could be less. And I'm looking for that. So most of the problems that we've done so far have all been one-sided. You were looking for the entire interval to be above, or you're looking for the entire interval to be below a specific value. Those are called one-sided tests. But what happens if we're happy with it being above or below? Because that would be proving that they are wrong. Do they claim that it is? So you have to say, what are you trying to prove? This is based on what you are trying to prove. And so when we do this, we call this pH, and the P stands for the parameter. So you're going to define the parameter, the proportion of blah, 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 blah. And the hypothesis is going to be HO, P equals, and HA, P, and of course, we don't know what symbols go here. This is P0, and we don't know what symbol we're going to use here, and then P0. So all you're going to be doing for your homework for multiple problems is redoing this. Defining the parameter, what is it that we're interested in looking for, and what are we going to be testing? What is the default, and what it is. Now, the null hypothesis is always an equal symbol, okay? So let's do an example from your homework so that you can get going strong and see how this will look. Let me give you a couple seconds just to catch up on the notes. All right, first question. The U.S. Department of Education's National Center for Education Statistics tracked the progress of first-time students seeking a bachelor degree or equivalent and attending a four-year institution full-time at 2000 to 2001 school year. It found that only 36% of those students graduated from college within 4 years. Okay? So this 36% right here is P0. That's the claim. That's what they found out. That's what it used to be. And we want to know, has it improved? That's what it used to be, 36%. And then the question says, has it improved? Which means it has gone which direction? More than, less than, or not equal to? More than, greater than. Okay? So my parameter is P, the proportion of students who graduate what? Graduate what? Graduate, okay, college. College, did they graduate college more specifically? Within 4 years. You can say college with a bachelor's degree, but within 4 years. That's what we're finding. So my null hypothesis will be P equals what? What do we write? 36%, but what do we write 36% as? 0.36. And my alternative hypothesis with P would be, what we're going to try to test and find evidence of is, has P improved? So P is? P has improved. We just said which symbol, which inequality symbol? Improved and is greater than 0.36. And that's the entire problem that we're doing so far. Of course, we're going to expand on it. Tomorrow, all I'm adding is the assumptions check. That's all I'm adding tomorrow. So we'll get more practice in the Desmos activity tomorrow with these. We'll check over our answers tomorrow with these as well. And then we're going to do an assumptions check. Yeah. Well, how about we'll do one more then? Okay. Professional sports teams sometimes black out home games on local televisions to encourage ticket sales. True. A team owner believes in the past, 30% of those attending blackout games are motivated. So that 30% is going to be my P0. So I could even start here. My null hypothesis is going to be P equals what? 0.30. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm saying in my null hypothesis, and I have to figure out my alternative hypothesis. He wonders if this percentage has decreased. So we're going to be looking for evidence of decreasing. So P is less than 0.30. We'll practice. And so my parameter, though, P is, now I sometimes write true proportion, but the parameter that we're looking for is the proportion of what? The proportion of those attending blacked out games who were motivated to attend, I'm just copying down the words, by the blackout. When I said I'm just copying down the words, those attending blacked out games attended by the blackouts, right there. Students graduate from college within 4 years. And that's the entire problem. You'll do an additional 4, get some practice with it. That's what I have for you.